to figure out the reason. The more that I lose myself, the more that I find you. I never seem to remedy the feeling when I wanna hide away. You've already found me in the night of mighty love. You're all I have, you're all I know. I shut my eyes and hold you close. All I've needed, I never wanna see the end. I'm caught in a dream again. In the night of mighty love, you're all I have, you're all I know. I'll shut my eyes and hold you close. You're all I've needed. I never wanna see the end. I'm caught in a dream again. Woo-hoo! In the night of mighty love, you're all I have, you're all I know. I'll shut
Attention, please. Send your collie to the nurse's station. Send your collie to the nurse's station. Thank you.
Ah! Guys! Hi! Hi! Hold on, where's... Hi! There it is! Hi, guys!
2 months of collie care. Cinder
Dude.
7 hype, Cinder 7 hype.
Fox Guy 75 coming to the tier 1 sub for 2 freaking months! Dude, Fox Guy, enjoy! You're now, I think it's a green sheep now. You're uncommon sheep color. Oh wait, no, I think that happens at 3 months. I don't remember. I don't even know my own stream. Fox Guy, you're covered under collie care from the Floss and the Beans. I got you covered. Guys, what's up? Supreme Plasma, Rob Map, Collie, Running Paw, Uridite, I don't know how to say that. Meowtastic DJ, thanks for the raid of 2. And blast my ears full on it. Wonderful Andrew WK. You can never have too much Andrew WK in your life. Buddy, welcome in. Lucky Star, Chirping Cat, Guitar Fox, Atonia, JJ Saw, Shriped, guys. What's up? Stat Hyena, hey, Cerulean, I see you. Yamabun, CJ Fur Fox, Crafty. Oh, I think I got enough. Dino the Dutch Angel Dragon, hey. 15 minutes can save 15% or more on your insurance? Sure. If you book with Geico, but we're not Geico, we're Collie Care. I don't have a catchy Geico commercial or anything like that. Chris Pecco, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Argent Barkless, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Guys, I got coffee. Time to come up with one. Brainstorming time. I mean, I have I got the whole from the Flops and the Beans. We got you covered, thing. I got that going on, right? But I'm not a gecko. I'm not a gecko. So it doesn't work. And plus, I only have the one commercial, which kind of works. And I think I fixed it. We're gonna try it again. I don't know. We'll find out. How's the vaccine site? It feels fine. I honestly don't even know. Like it's back to normal. I haven't grown any weird appendages yet. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. Did you guys enjoy yesterday's caffeine stream? We talked about caffeine. Did you enjoy that? We're gonna kind of keep on the whole neurology drugs kind of train that we've been on when we talked about, like the nervous system, and then, action potentials and neurotransmitters. And then we talked about endocannabinoids, and then we talked about caffeine, and then we talked about alcohol. We're gonna keep on that train and just keep talking about drugs because it's interesting. I'm actually learning. I'm learning a lot. A lot of things that I remember briefly learning in nursing school and not ever using again. Cinder is such a cutie pie. Oh, well, thank you, Caleb. You're cuter than a gecko? I don't know. I don't know. That Geico gecko, man. It's pretty cute. If you guys missed the stream, you can catch the VODs. They're on Twitch and on YouTube. You can go back and just watch and learn about caffeine. It's actually kind of interesting. Or you can just go on YouTube. Don't do drugs, kids, except for caffeine. Yeah, I mean, in moderation. I mean, so, okay, let me rephrase that. Don't do drugs. Let's just say that. Don't do them unless prescribed by a doctor. I'm an essential worker. I'll be able to get a vaccine from Moderna. I work for HEB. So what's HEB? I don't know what HEB is. What's HEB? What mind-altering drug is today? Opioids. Opium. Opiates. That dreaded poppy seed. We're going to talk about opioid painkillers. It's going to be a little bit more of a sobering talk than yesterday. Caffeine is a very safe, widely used drugs. Widely used psychoactive drug. Opioids are not that safe. But when used effectively are very good at what they do. But unfortunately have a high risk of abuse and addiction, which we'll talk about. Brighted, hi Vexra, welcome in, dude. What's up, guys? Shasta. Don't do over 400 milligrams of caffeine. It's overdosing on caffeine. You need like, it's 150 milligrams per kilo. So like 7 to 12 grams of caffeine to overdose, depending on how big you are. So I think we'll be okay. I probably wouldn't feel that great after 400 milligrams of caffeine, but you know. Caffeine is fun. Yes. Opioids, not so much. But also it's important to know, how they work and why they are so addictive, and understand that they do have medicinal use, and they are very good at what they do. So you should be afraid of them, but you shouldn't be terrified of them. You should be cautiously afraid of them. My 16-year-old brother told my dad the other day he wants bodybuilding drugs. I know, like, so I go to the gym regularly, right? Like, I go to the gym about 3 to 4 times a week. I don't use any, like, I don't use creatine. I don't use, like, whey protein. I don't take any kind of, like, pre-workout. I just have a couple, like, I have my normal 2 cups of coffee, and then I go to the gym and just do it naturally. I don't know. I don't really... You can get desired effects with just hard work in the gym, right? You don't need to drug yourself up with you know, like, testosterone builder, turn your balls into mush and get fucking strong, right? You don't need that, right? Like, it's just it's that stuff's scary, man. I don't touch that stuff. Like, and some of the packaging is just like, they got like radioactive logos on it. I'm like, I'm not putting that in my body, man. No. Turn your what into what? Vince Wolf, hey, what's up, Vince? I don't like, you got to be careful with some of that stuff because you don't know exactly what's in there, right? Which, I mean, I guess that's fine. You can say that about a lot of things, but you got to be careful with your liver and stuff and your kidneys.
Don't do drugs unless they're prescribed by a licensed medical professional.
Exactly. DJ Dragon coming with the tier 1 sub for 10 freaking months, dude. DJ, if I ever hit partner, you're getting a founder's badge, dude. You're getting a founder's badge. 10 freaking months. DJ Dragon, you're coming under collar care from the, what kind of dragon are you? From the horns to the Spyro, you're covered. I don't know what kind of dragon you are. You're covered, but you file a claim and we're probably not going to fill it. But you know, you can do it. Cinder and his crystals and essential oils medicine. It's not, okay, we're not, first of all, okay. Crystals are bullshit. Essential oils are bullshit. I will say, Tux and I have an essential oil diffuser because it makes the house smell nice, right? It makes the apartment smell nice. It's nice to come home from work and smell like lavender or lemongrass, or like my favorite's like tea tree oil, right? You walk in, you're like, ooh, it smells good, right? But to say that it does anything else than make the place smell nice is dangerous. Don't say that. And then crystals are just straight bullshit. I actually, oh God, I got the story about crystals. Dude, Chirpy Cat gifting out 2 tier 1 subs to the community. Holy crap, Chirpy Cat. Didn't you gave like 10 yesterday. Damn. Chirpy Cat gifting out 2 tier 1 subs. Mangolovin Puma. I'm just gonna call you Puma. Breezing Wolf, you're covered under collar care for the flops and the beans. I got you covered thanks to Chirping Cat. Snugs. Oh God.
11 month of this wonderful blue collie will
Captain
spend
Snuggly
Cinder
Cactus.
7 flop, Cinder 7 loves Cinder 7 flop.
Captain Snuggly Cactus, I am going to hug you even if it means being impaled by tiny little cactus burrs. Because you've been here for freaking 11 months and you got that founder's badge and you're a mod. Captain Snuggly Cactus, thank you. You've been such a strong supporter of the stream. You've seen the stream, dude, you've seen the stream change a lot in the 10, 11 months we've been doing this.
Who hype train underscore. Triple underscore a inverted exclamation mark.
Cerulean, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for making Tux dance. USDA Prime Werewolf. I was talking about crystals. So here's the thing. You have the ethical dilemma of saying, does a placebo that causes some kind of effect, is that like dangerous? Also, hold on. Why did something happened with my chat box that I did not want to happen. That's not what I wanted. Oh God, it's all good. You know what? Screw it. We're going to leave it like that. What do you guys think of the new chat boxes? That's not intentional. It was supposed to be for the classroom only, but apparently it fixed all of them. Can it not be that way? No. I want it like that. I want it to. No, it's not screwed. It's screwed up. Ah. It's all screwed. Okay, we know we're going back. We're just gonna do that. There we go. It's all screwed up. I thought I fixed it. I didn't double check it. Oops. Oh well. Too bad. Anyways, the crystals. So my senior year of nursing school, the clinical instructor that I had for my capstone clinical, which was like, that's the one that you pick. So that was how that was going to be kind of like the start into my career. So I did cardiothoracic surgery because I was really interested in the heart. I still like the heart and lungs. So I did a cardiothoracic surgery clinical as my capstone clinical. And the instructor for that clinical, she was super smart. She was a really good nurse, but she believed in crystal healing. And I was just kind of like, oh God. So at the start of the clinical, she made us all grab a crystal out of her bag, which sounds dirty. Dude, Broster giving out 2 tier 1 subs to the community. Holy freaking crap, Broster, you too. So much support. Dude, Dimension. And Zero the Wolf, you're covered under collar care thanks to Broster for the thoughts of the beans. I got you covered. Dude, Broster, thank you. So she made us grab a crystal out of her bag. And I actually kept that crystal with me for a while. I just threw it in my work bag, right? And I actually had it with me for years. And every time I looked at it, it kind of made me think about nursing school and it made me think about her. And then I was also like, this is all bullshit though. It's all stupid. It doesn't work. None of it works. You know what we call medicine that works? We call it medicine. There's not some grand conspiracy preventing you from getting access to certain treatments. Although, I mean, maybe if like I don't know, you know, the president got access to treatments that we wouldn't get, but that's different. And it's ridiculous. It's a bit of a standard, but we're not hiding treatments from people. Crystals, there's not some round table of doctors sitting around being like, oh, how can we screw over the consumer and get more money for our insurance companies? Let's suppress this information that quartz can help cure cancer. Like, that doesn't happen. There's not some round table of people doing that. If it does work, it's in your head. So then that comes up with the ethical dilemma, right? Of, if I give you a medication or I give you something and I tell you it'll help with this, knowing that it doesn't and it does, is that morally or ethically wrong? I would have to argue yes, because I am lying to you, that would make it like morally wrong and ethically kind of questionable, even though it got the desired effects. That's kind of a gray area there. It's a gray area that we debated about in nursing school, and I still don't really have one strong way of, I would have to say yes, because it's untruthful, right? And in medicine, we try our best to be upfront and honest about everything, because it's, at the end of the day, it's your body. I'm not the one with the disease. You can get mad at me all you want for saying that you have this, that, or the other, but it's your body, not mine. Sorry, not sorry. That's the truth, right? So I think from that standpoint, you could make the argument that it's wrong. But I mean, some people believe it, and for some people it works. So kudos to them. But all I use essential oils for is for making the house smell nice. And the only kind of stones that I have is shungite, because Dr. Disrespect made a meme out of it. So otherwise, all that stuff's just for show and a waste of money. And anybody telling you that you should buy it, you're just wasting your money on it. But hey, at least my house is scrubbed to 5G signals thanks to the shungite. Tux and I got this little shungite pyramid for our kitchen counter. It's kind of cool looking. It is. It's like that, you know, like that dark black, like smooth stone pyramid. But we only got it for the aesthetics and for the meme. We know it doesn't do anything, but you know, oh, it blocks the 5G signals that cause coronavirus. Like, do you understand how stupid people sound when they talk like that? I just don't understand how people can. I don't get it. I don't. The mental gymnastics, man. You remember when magnets were a thing for a while? I remember when like titanium necklaces were a thing, and titanium bracelets, right? That was a thing. They do use magnets. There is they use magnets for something. I think it's for depression. Transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS. Non-invasive intervention is effective in treating depression by using magnetic fields to stimulate nerve cells in the brain involved in mood regulation. So there is some use to that. Like there is, I mean, magnets, we use magnets for MRI, magnetic resonating imaging, right? Like MRIs are magnets, and it helps us, you know, align atoms and molecules and stuff. So I mean, there is a little bit of medicinal use to magnets. Well, you know, maybe you need really strong ones though. Probably stronger than the average person could buy. Big cool rock energy. It is a cool rock. It's a deep, like dark black. It's nice. I also think some people are so desperate for a cure-all to fix all of their ailments, when really the only thing that they need to fix their ailment is a lifestyle adjustment, right? I think people underestimate how hard it is for people to adjust their lifestyle, right? So instead of saying you need to stop smoking to cure your lung cancer, someone comes along and says, rub this lavender oil on your arm and it'll fix your lung cancer. And the lavender oil seems like a pretty safe solution, right? Because it's the easier choice than, you know, saying quit smoking. So I think people tend to navigate towards things that are easy. Just a general rule of thumb for any kind of like snake oil or what's called like patent medicine, right? A cure-all cures nothing. If someone says something cures all, it cures nothing. Nothing cures everything. There's always side effects. A cure-all cures nothing. It's that simple. Don't buy the snake oil from the shady man with the cart who pulled up into your town one day saying it'll cure whatever ailment you throw at him. Oh, well, will it cure my drunkenness? Yes, it will, citizen. That snake oil. Well, like, don't believe that shit. Medicine is researched and studied. If there was some secret cure, like, do you guys remember during COVID, the beginning of COVID? I say during COVID like it's over. It's definitely not over. The beginning of COVID. Do you guys remember Oleander being in the news? Do you guys remember? Did you hear about this? The My Pillow guy, that jackass who sells pillows, right? That guy was preaching Oleander as a cure for COVID. He got like airtime on Fox News. President Trump brought him into the White House, right? Like, this guy was getting a platform for bullshit. For bullshit. Oleander does not cure COVID. It never has and it never will. Like, and people bought it. And let me tell you what Oleander is, though. Oleander is very similar to foxglove in a sense that it affects your heart. So foxglove is a plant that we derive digoxin from. Digoxin is what we call a positive inotrope. It's a medication that makes your heart beat stronger. It increases the contractility of your heart, right? It does this very well, but there is a very narrow therapeutic range where either the medication, there's a narrow range where either the medication is too underdose that it does nothing, or you overdose on it and you die, right? There's a range in there where it causes the desired effects. And it's got a narrow therapeutic range. Oleander is the same. It does the same thing. It's a positive inotrope. It can make the heart beat stronger, but its therapeutic range is much smaller than digoxin. And this guy is going up on there preaching about Oleander, which is a poisonous plant which can absolutely kill you. It was the most like asinine thing. I couldn't believe that we had a modern day snake oil salesman like in the White House talking about treating COVID with Oleander. It was insane. We were living through all those old-timey like Western snake oil carts full of whatever. Like, it was ridiculous. And meanwhile, we're sitting there on the front line like, so fuck Oleander. What are we doing about COVID? Like, we know that's not the treatment. Oh, well, just inject them with bleach. Like, oh, come on. You can't have COVID if you're dead. You're not wrong about that. I guess that's one way to look at it. If you want to make the stretch argument that it's a cure for COVID because it kills you, fair. I could see that being a sound enough argument to be valid. It's not a good argument, but it's sound. I had cancer. One of my doctor's residents suggested trying weird oils. I was like, how about no? How about the people who believe they won't catch COVID at church, so God will protect them? Yeah. You play stupid games, you're gonna win some stupid prizes. It's like, who's that preacher? That really like demonic looking creepy preacher who's like, I cast you out, COVID-19. I cast you out in the name of God. And it's like, okay, dude. Okay, dude. Anybody, Chirping Cat, to respond to that, or respond to that a little bit better. Everybody likes to think that they're invincible until the universe reminds them that they're not. And those people going to church need a strong reminder that they're not invincible. The ones who go to church and think that they're not going to get COVID because God will protect them, they need a strong reminder that they're not invincible. And for some people, that reminder comes swift and strongly. Sometimes it takes a couple years, sometimes it takes a couple decades, but eventually people will soon find out that you're not invincible, and that you will die at some point, regardless of what you think, believe, do, say, act, whatever. It's inevitable. So you best take care of your body and do everything you can to protect it, because you're not invincible. Kenneth Copeland, yeah, that's him. The only reason I know of him is because people made those like heavy metal versions of him screaming at people. I gotta get some more coffee. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab some more coffee. Give me a second. Hold on. I need more coffee. Look, honey, an abomination. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. Yes, an abomination it is. I'm going to get more coffee.
In the confines of a photograph lives a child who once was me. What do you see? I still see through those eyes. Why did you choose to believe bare-faced lies and let the troubles of others darken your skies?
All right, I got more coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. All I've been doing is just staying at home and then going to church. As long as, just wear your mask, stay away from people. It's the 3 W's. Wear your mask, watch your distance, wash your hands. And we've been preaching this for freaking like it's been over 9 months. Oh my God. Almost a freaking year. We've been preaching about this. And if you still don't know how to protect yourself from COVID, I can't help you. Wash your hands, wear your mask, watch your fucking distance. It's not hard, people. It's not freaking hard. I'm getting so burnt out with all this COVID stuff. I can't like. I had a patient a week or two ago, who you could tell was even though he claimed he did, you could tell was not taking it seriously because he had COVID, right? He had COVID. He was pretty sick with it too. He needed oxygen. We kept him in the hospital, right? But he said something to me that I just wanted to smack him. I was so mad when he said this. He looked at me while like feeling like crap because he's got COVID. He was like, "Oh, I didn't realize how bad this pandemic was until I was in the hospital." I'm like, "Where have you been? Like, where have you been all year? You been living in your own freaking land? Like, come on, dude." It took everything for me to not just like, I just want to like, give me my hands here. I want to demonstrate how angry I was. And just want to God. And I've had some people say some really stupid things to me before, right? I've had some people say some really stupid things before, but man, that was up there.
Woohoo! Just one.
Okay, I feel better now. I got all that frustration out and we jammed a little bit. My cousin works in the ER, deals with dumbasses all day. That's what I do. All day, every day. I guess the difference is with COVID is like, if you're a diabetic and you refuse to take your insulin and you go into DKA and cause damage to your body and go into a coma, like you only really affect yourself, right? The problem is with COVID is your negligence and ignorance and just, you know, dumbassness. Like it not only affects you, but it affects pretty much everybody you come into contact with, right? Because then they catch it and then they spread it to high. Like, that's the problem. That is the problem. Like, I can't blame people. I get less upset for people who say, like, if they have chronic or if they have like congestive heart failure, who don't take their Lasix, right? Because eventually you're gonna feel like enough crap, then you can't breathe, that you're gonna come in the hospital and we're gonna give it to you anyways, right? And you really only affected yourself and put some strain on our hospital system, right? But yeah, that's expected. People's choices now are affecting other people's lives, and they might not even realize it. And that's the scary thing. That's what scared me the most about COVID, is you could take every possible step, and all it takes is one dumbass who didn't wear a mask to Walmart that you happen to walk by, and he happened to have COVID at that time, and it was enough to spread and you catch it. That's all it takes, and that's what pisses me off the most about it.
Not a jam over all jams. Also, Cinder, you're cute, but Cinder, also I might ask dumb questions at the at times, but it's about low iron and QUBE. But no now.
QUBE. I don't know the answer. I don't know how anemia affects COVID, other than if you have low iron, you're anemic, which means you have less hemoglobin, which means you have less transporting of oxygen throughout your body. So then the hypoxia caused by COVID would probably be made worse by the fact that you're anemic. That'd be my guess, something like that. Tommy, thanks for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. Gigum5, thanks for the follow. Catpool and Friends, thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome in. I will never go to Walmart again. I haven't been to Walmart. We have a Target that's closer. I just go there instead. It's all the same type of people, but you know, at least it's not Walmart. Coffee is so hot. I love it. Gurgler!
Cinder was angry at that guy. Cinder 7 rage, Cinder 7 rage, Cinder 7 rage lol.
I was very angry at him. I went and told all my coworkers too, and we made fun of him. That's what we do. The guy pissed me off. I maintained face in front of him. Immediately went to my coworkers like, let me tell you what this guy just said to me. You're not gonna believe this. Interesting nursing story. Okay, I got a good one about patients trying to lie to us. Actually, okay. Do you want to hear? Because so I'll give you flame aura. I'll give you a choice. I'll give you a choice. I have a story about a patient who lied to me, right? And I have a story that's relevant to opioids. Which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Pick! The latter, the opioids. Okay. Buddy coming in with the 5 bits. Thanks for making tuck stands. Look at that werewolf. Oh, that's a good werewolf. USDA. You might even say USDA Prime werewolf. Thanks for the bits. Well, hold on. Everybody's saying the lie. It's not up to you. It's up to Flame. It's their choice.
Overly polite with doctors and cause if you're not, they can put you off, and you got to respect workers, especially during COVID.
Yes, you do. And also remember, needle size is a nurse's discretion. So if you're mean to me, well, maybe I just decide that this medication has to go through a 20 gauge needle and not a 25 gauge needle. That's my choice. Tommy, thanks for the 50 bits. Okay, so Flame, you want to hear the one about opioids? Is that what you're choosing? You said the latter, which would have been the opioid ones. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. We had a patient recently who, no, okay, let's not do that one. Let's save that one for later. Okay. I was up in triage one day, and we had, this happens, and unfortunately this happens more often than people want to admit. A car pulls up and the driver comes running out. It's like, oh my God, he's not breathing. So like I run out there with a paramedic and with security, and the patient is in the back seat. Of course, it can never be like a minivan or like a low SUV. It's always got to be like a tiny 2-seater car, and the guy's always got to be 300 pounds of pure muscle. Every freaking time this happens, it's always like this. So we get to the car. It's this little 2-seater, right, with like a bench in the back that you have to move the chair forward to get to the back seat, right? You know what I'm talking about. And of course, the guy's like 300 pounds, and he's huge, because of course he is. and he is apneic and lifeless. So he's got agonal breathing. He just doesn't look good. He's not really breathing. He's pale, kind of cyanotic. And we're like, oh shit, he's OD'd, right? He looks like an OD if I've ever seen one. So me, this paramedic, and this security guard have to drag this 300-pound massive dude out of the backseat of a two-seater, the back bench of a two-seater car, who is lifeless. And we threw him into a wheelchair, and the wheelchair like almost tipped over because he was so big, and like dragged his ass to the trauma room, threw him onto a stretcher. As someone's getting the Narcan, I was like, screw it. I just dragged your lifeless body out of a car and probably hurt my back for a couple days afterwards. I'm sticking a nasal trumpet in you. So one of the things you do for patients who are lifeless, or at least in like a quick way of securing an airway. If you've been here for my trauma assessments, you know that airway is the #1 most important thing. Nasopharyngeal airway. One of the things you need to do is secure an airway. It's like the first step you got to do. And this guy was not breathing. So what did I do? I do what I always do when I drag people's lifeless bodies out of cars. I took some vindictive nursing and shoved an NPA in his nose. An NPA is what we call a nasopharyngeal airway. It's an airway, it's a tube that we shove in your nose, back to your nasopharynx, and down into the back of your throat to open up the airway. You can see this is on a dummy, but you can see about how far back that has to go, right? I do this on patients who I drag out of cars as a way of saying, like, screw you. Because I just dragged your lifeless body out of the car. This is completely within my scope and completely appropriate for me to do this. Screw you, I'm shoving this in your nose because we need to maintain an airway, and I want to get back at you for having to drag your dumb ass out of a car. So I do that. We get him his Narcan, and he wakes up, and 20 minutes later signs out AMA and leaves. And I was like, screw you, dude. Bad collie, it's not, no. It is appropriate medical intervention given the situation. I just make sure that I'm the one who does it. I take a little bit of pleasure from it, sure. It's vindictive nursing, but it's still nursing. So perfect. We can use that as a segue into our lecture today. Guys, today, we're going to talk about opioids. I'm going to be honest with you. When I was doing my research for this, it was, I had to dig through a lot of information because there's a lot of information about opioids and the opioid pandemic or epidemic and like rehab and detoxing and all this stuff. It was actually kind of hard to find specifically like pathophys of opioids, but I did find some. I actually found a lot, and I had to scale it down quite a bit.
The best word to describe vindictive nursing is schadenfreude. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirpy cat coming in with the 100 bits, make a tux dance. Yeah, I would say it was a bit of schadenfreude. Yeah. How do you come off opioids? One of my friends is detoxing now. It sucks. That's how. We'll talk about why. I wonder how your search history is now. Shugaka, it's like opium. Opium mechanism of action. Why do poppy seeds have opium? Laudanum, morphine, right? It's just all I did over the last probably about, I'd say like 18 to 20 hours was digging through information about opioids and opium and different narcotics. It's okay, I'm a nurse, I'll understand. Oh, I gotta turn the fan on, it's hot in here. This coffee was hot. Okay. Am I an EMT? No, I'm a nurse. ER nurse. Let me get situated here. I work with a lot of EMTs, but I am not an EMT. I'm gonna say Bunkai Kizzy. Bunkai Kizzy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby's Block. Welcome in. The FBI are watching Cinder's account. Well, they really shouldn't be watching me right now when there's a whole hell of a lot of other things they should be focusing on. Opioids. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever been prescribed or have ever had or taken an opioid pain medication. I have. A lot of people have. Phase Eagle, you haven't. Tommy, you don't know? Radioactive Shark, what are you talking about? When prescribed appropriately and when used appropriately, they're fantastic. They do their job effectively. They're very good at managing pain. They are good at that. It's when they are not used appropriately and when they're abused is when you run into issues. Hazarino! Binderbali! Hazarino Schnazarino! Flint the dog! Definition of pog! Flint the dog! Definition of pog! Flint is the definition of pog, though. What's in a tetanus shot? A tetanus vaccine, usually mixed with diphtheria vaccine and acellular pertussis vaccine, also known as a Tdap. We talked about vaccines. We've talked about them. Is prednisone an opioid? Prednisone is a steroid. We'll talk about steroids at some point, too. That'll probably be covered in endocrine.
I've had my ankle worked on 3 times. I was given like heavy painkiller. I'd the name, but when I took it I then woke up hungry like stoner.
Mm-hmm. Is that like hungry like the wolf, but hungry like the stoner? We're gonna rewrite that song now. I'm gonna move my water across here to the other side of my desk and put my coffee mug over there because I don't need it. Okay. CJ Furfox, take care. Vicodin. And Vicodin is not even that strong. We're gonna talk about like essentially what we call like morphine equivalent doses, or like the rate of, how much more potent it is than morphine, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, so opioids. Humans have been using opioids to relieve pain and make themselves feel good since about 3400 BC. So it has been a long time since humans discovered how amazing opioids and opium is. This little plant right here has probably caused the downfall of a few civilizations, I'm sure. This is the poppy plant that opium comes from. There are seeds in there that contain opium. Opium is the psychoactive substance, or is what is taken from these plants and used for pain medication and, well, getting high. Hippocrates and Alexander the Great both talked about using opioids back in their time. So if you think back all the way to Hippocrates, well, you know, the Hippocratic Oath, he was talking about opium being useful back then as well. Laudanum, which was the first opioid medication, one of the first mass-produced medications to use opium, was around in the 1500s. This was a tincture that was a mixture of opium and alcohol. So yeah, people in the 1500s just getting screwed up on opium and alcohol together. That showed its face around the 1500s. In the 1600s, opium found its way over to Europe and then eventually to China. While in China, the Chinese government tried to outlaw opium, causing a war between England, manufacturers of opium, and China, deemed the Opium Wars. There's 2 of them. One of them started in 1839, another one in 1856. Wars were fought over opium, guys. Think about that. Not just 1, 2 multi-year long wars were fought over this stuff. In 1803, the main active ingredient within opium was discovered. Morphine. Morphine is the active ingredient in opium that gives us that high. All right. So whenever you have morphine, that is a direct derivative taken from the opium plant, right? The poppy seeds. 1803 was when that was discovered. We still use morphine today for a lot of things. It's been around since then. So opium's some pretty heavy stuff, right? Before we talk about what happens inside your body, I want to make something. I want to make kind of a distinction between two categories. Opiates and opioids are two kind of separate things. So if you ever hear something referred to as an opiate, those are medications that are directly derived from the plant. So things like morphine and codeine, those are direct derivatives from the actual poppy plant itself. Okay. Opioids includes opiates, but it also includes synthetically derived. So at some point in the 1900s, companies and manufacturers started making synthetic opioids that are much more potent than morphine or codeine. The Sleepy Dragon, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. So medications like hydrocodone, oxycodone, fentanyl, these are all synthetically derived, right? So they are made in a lab to work on the same receptors that opiates work on, right? So opiates are naturally occurring, opioids are synthetically derived, okay? Methadone as well. Yes, methadone falls under here, which we'll talk about methadone for a little bit later. Buprenorphine is another one that's over here, which I realized I was just covering with my head, right? Tramadol is another synthetic. Carfentanil, which is a dangerous, scary ass drug that we'll briefly talk about later, is a synthetically derived. Suboxone, I believe Suboxone is that buprenorphine? Yeah, that is. Buprenorphine, we'll talk about how medications like these maintenance medications like buprenorphine and methadone, how they work or what they do. What was the scary one? Carfentanil. It's a relatively new one that is incredibly potent. So, how do opioids work? How does this work? Well, opioids bind to receptors in our brain known as opioid receptors, which it seems simple, right? So in our brain, we have receptors for opioids. We make what we call endogenous opioids in our body. We call them endorphins. We make medication, or we make substances that bind to these opioid receptors. They're called endorphins, right? Endorphins are designed to bind to these receptors and inhibit or stop the signaling of pain while also increasing the release of dopamine. This gives us a euphoric feeling with pain relief, right? Endorphins are generally released during times of pain, right? So we feel pain if we get injured, say you fall and you break your bone, you feel pain and your body immediately starts releasing endorphins to bind to those opioid receptors in the peripheral nervous system and in your brain to diminish and suppress the pain signal while also giving you a dopamine hit to make you feel better so that you can still manage with that broken arm to get help. So you're not just laying there limpless because your arm's broken, right? It lets you give you some time to kind of get yourself together and save yourself, right? From a evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense to have this because you're most vulnerable right after an injury. So it makes sense that we would have a substance in our brain that would make us feel good and block out pain when we hurt ourselves so we can drag ourselves to safety. This system works great as long as you don't abuse it. Opioids and opiate derived medication abuse this system. They bind to these opioid receptors that normally only endorphins bind to, and they hijack that system. And not only do they hijack it, which prevents endorphins themselves from binding, they bind better and they bind stronger, and they will actually knock out endogenous endorphins and bind to it instead. And they bind for longer. In natural states, the endorphin response makes you soldier on. Yeah, it gets you away from the danger, right? You have fallen and broken your arm, right? Whether it be because you're riding your bike in the neighborhood or because you tripped over a twig in the forest back when we were hunter-gatherers, and now you're on the ground with a broken arm and it hurts. Your body releases endorphins to say, get the hell up and get away from here because you're injured, get to safety, and then feel the pain later. Which is why in times of trauma and in times of injury, you might not feel that much pain right away. Once these start to subside, though, you feel every little bit of it. Banzalot Gaming, yes, heroin was made by Bayer as a one drug for all medication that turned out to be severe. And actually, you get this, heroin was used as an alternative to morphine. So people are like, oh, you're addicted to morphine? Here, try heroin instead. It'll get you off your addiction of morphine. That's how stupid we were in medicine, guys. I don't think people realize how stupid we were in medicine for how long we were stupid at it. Horny Jail, thanks for the follow. Welcome, Flobby Flock. Welcome in. Medical history is full of instances of, hey, you got this thing going on, so we're going to give you this worse thing to try to fix that other thing because we didn't know how bad this thing was. Like, some crazy times, man. So you have opioid receptors all throughout your peripheral and central nervous system, okay? You have them in your brain. Mashu Katie, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Little Iake, little Ioka, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Welcome in. Smoking was actively encouraged for so long. It was. Everybody was like, yeah, smoking's fine, which is why you got to be careful. Like I am a little bit suspicious of people who are going like overboard with cannabis, right? Because we don't really know what the long-term effects. Although I think so the way that we look at smoking now versus the way that we used to look at it, that's going to happen to sugar. I think sometime in the future, we're going to look back and say, I can't believe we let so many people have so much sugar all the time. Just like we look back and say, I can't believe so many people were smoking cigarettes all the time. How did they not know how dangerous it was, right? We're going to see the same about sugar. We already know how dangerous sugar is. It just hasn't become so universally accepted. People that went overboard on vaping too, we'll talk about, so before I did this lecture, I was actually preparing to do a lecture on nicotine. And we will do a lecture on nicotine, which is probably, I would say, arguably the most addictive substance that's readily available.
I'm like 10 to 15% surgical steel. Broke both wrist as kid. Left ankle worked in 3 times. Left leg and right elbow. My right leg has supported my body so much through my life. I'm so glad I never broke it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with so much pressure being put on that right leg, eventually you're going to start to have issues with it. So that sucks, dude. You're an orthopedic's dream. So much orthopedic stuff. Thanks for the 50 bits, Tommy. I appreciate it. Horny Jail, I'm not going to jail. You can't bring me back to the kennels. You can't bring me back to the kennels. I won't freaking allow it. So I was going to do a lesson on nicotine and tobacco smoke, but I decided to do opioids instead because I'm going to need longer to plan for the nicotine one because there's a lot to go over. And nicotine quite literally hijacks your brain. It's ridiculous how potent and how addictive it is. Raw Potato Chip, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Welcome in. Okay, so opioid receptors, which are found throughout the body in the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system, also in your limbic system. If you guys remember when we talked about the brain, the limbic system is your reward center of your brain, right? The thing that makes you feel good and gives you rewards. So for say when you eat a juicy meal or, hold the hand of a loved one, it triggers that reward center. Well, you have opioid receptors in there as well. You have them in your limbic system, in your brain stem, which is responsible for autonomic, like automatic things like breathing and blood pressure and whatnot. You have them in your spinal cord, and you have them in your peripheral nervous system. In times of trauma, your body releases these endorphins and it binds to all those receptors, decreasing the stimulation, decreasing the pain signal coming from the peripheral nervous system, and decreasing the central nervous system's ability to interpret that signal, right? It blocks it. It also inhibits an inhibitory neuron for dopamine. So if you inhibit, there are neurons in your brain that inhibit dopamine release. If you inhibit those neurons, you increase dopamine release. Opioid receptors are on those inhibitory neurons. So if you inhibit an inhibitor, you stimulate. Thus, you get a stimulation of dopamine release. So not only does it block pain signals, but it also increases the release of dopamine in your brain. Once again, the reason this exists is to protect you in times of trauma so that you can get away and get to safety. Well, opioids not only bind better to this system, they bind stronger to it. So where an endorphin will bind with it and send some signals and get some things done, an opioid will sit in there for a lot longer, bind a lot better, and cause more activation. New chat window looks good. So this is what I was trying to do with the chat. So, and apparently it broke my other chats. So we'll fix it. So I guess you can't have more than one chat box. I don't know, but I'll get it fixed. But this way you can actually see the chat box during class. Caffeine is the biggest drug of them all. We talked about caffeine last stream, Horny Jail. We did. So you can see where the problems are going to start to begin here. Not only does it bind to the same receptors as these endorphins, which are only supposed to be used in times of crisis, right? They also bind stronger and longer. So what can this cause, right? Well, it can cause you to feel freaking great. It can also decrease your pain. So, right, if you have a painful stimulation, such as like, say, we cracked your chest open to do surgery on your heart, yeah, those patients probably need some opioid pain relievers because they got a lot of pain. We cracked their chest open, right? So they work very well at preventing that pain signal, at least dampening that pain signal, while also releasing dopamine to make you feel better because we just cracked your chest open, right? But they can also do a couple other things. The opioid receptors in your brainstem can slow your breathing. Thus, it has respiratory depression. It slows your breathing and it slows your ability to monitor and regulate CO2 levels so you don't breathe as well, right? Most patients who overdose and die on opioids is because of respiratory failure, because they have binded too many of these opioid receptors and inhibited so much that they no longer have a respiratory drive, and they die of respiratory failure. That is typically how patients are going to die from a drug overdose, especially opioids. It is going to shut down your breathing. Now, in controlled doses and in prescribed doses, you might have a little bit of respiratory depression. If you've ever taken an opioid medication and went to bed, you know sometimes you wake up a little bit like, kind of like, you get a little bit of like apnea at night, right? I don't know, at least with me, when I took it, when I had some dental procedures done, I felt like I would wake up in the morning and I was kind of short of breath because I was feeling a little bit, my respiratory rate was a little bit slower than normal, right? In high doses, it'll just shut down your respiratory drive, right? It can also work in your brainstem to prevent coughing. If you've ever had, what is it, Tessalon pearls? I think it's Tessalon or Tussinex. I think it's Tussinex. Tussinex. Tussinex has hydrocodone in it, which is a narcotic, because it can suppress the cough reflex. So it's a very good cough medicine, right? Now, think for a second. 1800s, China. Opium's been brought over to China from England, right? You have a medication that makes you feel good, prevents you from feeling pain, suppresses your cough, and also constipates you. What do you think living situations were like in the 1800s? What do you think a lot of people had? Respiratory infections, diarrhea, lots of pain, and they were probably pretty damn depressed because life sucked in general. So it makes no sense, or it makes perfect sense as to why opium was such a popular drug, because it literally fixed like all of your ailments at the time, right? Is oxy an opioid? Yes, oxycodone. Tuxtinex? Yes, I'll take my. Wait, where's my dose of Tuxtinex? I need a dose of Tux. Another thing that opioids do. When opioids bind to these receptors, they decrease the effect of noradrenaline. If you guys remember during our neurotransmitter talk, we talked about norepinephrine or noradrenaline, whatever you want to call it. Noradrenaline is responsible for your fight or flight, right? Remember, no fear noradrenaline, no fear norepi, right? It helps with fight or flight and it helps with concentration. Well, opioids decrease noradrenaline effectiveness. So this can slow your breathing down, right? Slower respiratory rate. It can drop your blood pressure. It can cause constipation. And it can mess with your wake-sleep cycles, right? So you could have trouble falling asleep and trouble waking up, right? Because while noradrenaline is responsible for your fight or flight, it is also used to regulate your blood pressure and regulate your respiratory rate and your heart rate and all these other things, right? It's not just the load of, you don't just get this massive shot of noradrenaline only when you're in fight or flight. You're constantly having noradrenaline in your body to regulate your body functions, right? Opioids decrease the effectiveness of this. Thus, they slow your breathing, lower your blood pressure, cause you to get constipated, can mess with your sleep-wake cycle, all these other things. Volatile Ishima, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Opioids also, like I said, increase the release of dopamine, which dopamine feels freaking great. Dopamine is the heart of our reward system. When we eat meals and we eat food, our body rewards us with dopamine, which makes us feel great so that we're more likely to seek out those behaviors in the future, thus preserving our survival. Well, when I talked earlier about how endorphins inhibit the inhibitory neurons responsible for controlling dopamine release, opioids not only inhibit those neurons, but they inhibit them better than endorphins do. Thus, you get a rush of dopamine because you are now blocking the signals that are supposed to control that. So dopamine is just being released into the body, right? It makes you feel amazing. You feel great. That's what gives you that euphoric feeling, that opioid high, right? That euphoric feeling you get. When used appropriately, these drugs are fantastic. They don't affect a lot of systems that would make doing other things hard. Zeke! Zeke Fox coming with a raid of 27. Holy freaking crap! Smells like a fox raid. Oh my god! I got a little stimky in here. Oh god, I'm getting nauseated. So many foxes. Zeke Fox, thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful Andrew WK. What were you doing? What were you playing? How are you? Last playing House Flipper. Did you flip some houses, like physically? Did you go up to the house and were you like this? Were you go up to the house and you're like, ugh, flipped. Thanks for the raid, Zeke. I appreciate it. Welcome in, guys. We're talking about opioids. Unilin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Guys, we're talking about opioids. You've missed quite a bit. So I apologize in advance if some of this doesn't make sense, but we'll talk. We'll recap. At the end of the lecture, we will recap. So it decreases the effectiveness of noradrenaline and it increases dopamine release. It also blocks and suppresses signals of pain throughout the body. Like I said, when used appropriately, these medications are fantastic for relieving pain because other than maybe slowing down your respiratory rate and dropping your blood pressure a little bit, they don't affect a lot of systems. For example, medications like ibuprofen, NSAIDs, or Toradol, which is also an NSAID, not only can it increase your risk for developing stomach ulcers, it can also damage your kidneys. And if we're thinking from a medicinal, specifically like a surgical use, it can increase your risk for bleeding. NSAIDs increase your risk for bleeding. Opioids do not do that. Opioids are great because they don't really affect any other systems outside of the nervous system, designed to fit into that specific system that we already have endogenously to provide us with pain relief and pleasure during times of stress, That is why we use them, because they are very effective at treating pain without affecting any other major organ systems. Now, long-term use and inappropriate use, absolutely they will start to affect other systems. But for a short-term acute prescribed usage, they do not affect other systems like other painkillers do.
Work sucks, I know.
Tuxton! Wait. Babe, you're supposed to be at work. Get the hell out of here. Go work. Go to work. Don't you have a COVID patient to see or somebody asking for like benzos or something? Don't you have to go do something like that stupid? Tuxton, thanks for the 100 bits and making yourself dance. Hey, don't take that out of context, okay? Opioids are great when prescribed appropriately. Hi, Tux. Hi, babe. Tuxton is spying on me from work, being a bad employee, not working and instead watching streams. Bad, Tuxton, bad. Is Tux in medicine too? He is. Too many COVIDs? Aw. Well, babe, I'll make us dinner when you get home. Can you, hey, can you give me a coffee on the way home, please? Can you give me something from Starbucks or something, please? Please, 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 Tux, please, please. Tux, please, can you give me some coffee, Tux, please? Please, I'll make us dinner tonight, okay? Are benzos opioids? No, benzos are benzos. They're benzodiazepines. I guess I can do a lecture on benzodiazepines at some point. This is your Kali on coffee. This is your this is your Kali on caffeine. Caffeine. And then afterwards you're like, oh, caffeine. So let's talk about what happens when appropriate use of opioids turns into inappropriate abuse of opioids. Okay. It seems maybe a little bit of a interesting juxtaposition between bopping to nice, amazing music and then talking about opioid addiction. a little bit of a weird juxtaposition between the two. Okay, because this is a very serious topic. A very serious topic. So we've talked about how opioids work, how they help the body out and how they help prevent pain and make you feel good to overcome traumatic pain, right? But here's what happens with long-term use or inappropriate use of opioids, okay? Remember when we talked about alcohol, we talked about how your body strives to return to baseline, right? One way or another, your body is going to return to a baseline status, what we call homeostasis, right? Specifically for opioids, so say this is, say that's baseline. When you start taking opioids, so we'll say our axis over here, this will be like, this is, hold on, let me bring that over a bit. We'll say this is like dopamine. So you got your dopamine levels right here, right? And then this is time. Okay. So when you first start taking opioids, your dopamine levels are going to be high, right? Say you take one oxycodone, right? And that oxycodone does its intended effects, causes you to feel good, releases dopamine in your brain by inhibiting the inhibitory neurons controlling dopamine, while also binding with receptors in your body to make your pain better, while also doing a couple of things like blocking noradrenaline and making you constipated, right? Over time, eventually your body's going to try to bring those dopamine levels back down to baseline, right? And say you're still taking one oxycodone here, right? And now you're still taking one oxycodone, but your body has now returned back to baseline, because in this time of taking just one single oxycodone every time, you know, for every 8 hours, however, how often it's prescribed, your body gets used to that increased release of dopamine and starts to deregulate or underregulate dopamine to get you back to a baseline level, right? So then what happens? Well, in order to get back to that same effect, well, now you need 2 oxycodone, right? And that works for a while until eventually your body returns to baseline. And now you need 3. And the cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. Now, a normal 1 oxycodone, probably not going to have that much of an effect on your body, right? 3 oxycodone? Now we're going to start talking about some pretty heavy dosages of narcotics, right? And all of the other effects that come with it. So remember, the thing that makes you feel good is that dopamine release, and your body's going to downregulate and kind of help return to baseline your dopamine levels, regardless of everything else that's going on. But remember, they don't just increase the release of dopamine, they also decrease the release of noradrenaline, right? Which can cause a whole ton of other symptoms, breathing issues, right? Lowering your blood pressure, constipation. If you've ever seen anybody who takes chronic narcotic medications or opioid medications, they are like constantly constipated because it slows down and constipates you, right? So then what happens? So this cycle repeats itself over and over again until either they find stronger and better drugs to maintain the same level of high, or they decide to detox. A couple things happen when you go through opioid withdrawals. Let's draw our chart again, right? Oops. So say you have someone who is taking opioids, right? And say they're up to like, I don't know, they're taking 3 oxycodone every time they want to feel high, right? And then they say, okay, I want to stop taking oxycodone. Well, their dopamine levels are going to go way down, right? Because the body is so used to having that increased production of dopamine from the oxycodone that is under-regulating it, right? So when you get rid of that stimulant, just like with alcohol, it overshoots, right? But in this case, it overshoots negatively. So you have a drop in dopamine levels. And what happens when you stop? When you go from having big surges of dopamine to having no surges of dopamine, you get depressed, you get anxious, and you just generally feel like shit, right? But another thing that happens, that is what causes all the nasty symptoms that come from withdrawals. When I told you that opioids decrease the effectiveness of noradrenaline, just like where's my noradrenaline? Let me get that back up. In the same way that your body's going to regulate dopamine to keep to baseline, your body's going to do the same to noradrenaline. So there's your baseline, right? So if it's constantly depressing or affecting the way noradrenaline affects the body, in order to maintain baseline, your body makes more of it. But then what happens? Or it creates more receptors, creates new channels. It figures out a way to get around it to maintain that baseline. But then you cut away from that depressant and now you overshoot with your noradrenaline. This is where the symptoms of opioid withdrawals come from. Anxiety, nausea, vomiting, depression, abdominal pain, fever. These people can become severely ill because they have this surging amount of noradrenaline, and it can take days, weeks, it can take even months for this to return to normal. If you could think about how you feel when you're in fight or flight, that anxious, kind of jittery, and it affects your body, right? How it kind of makes you feel bad, right? Nobody really likes the way that feels. They are constantly getting bombarded with this higher concentration of noradrenaline. After they get rid of that, and your receptors have become more sensitive to noradrenaline in a way to try to manage having that depressant. So then what happens is you overshoot, just like with alcohol withdrawals, right? These patients can become violently ill, and it can take weeks for them to recover. What's the best way to detox? I don't have the answer to that. I do not have the answer to that. Ideally, under the supervision of a physician is the best way to do it. This is why it's so hard to break the addiction. Because not only does the dopamine make you feel freaking great, but the withdrawals make you feel so bad and so horrible. And then what happens? Okay, so say this is where things get super dangerous, right? So say in order to alleviate the withdrawal symptoms, they start using again, right? But they've lost their tolerance in this time. So suddenly, whereas 3 oxycodone tablets was responsible to get them to their maintenance high, those 3 oxycodone tablets are too much, and they overdose and they die because their tolerance is dropped during that time of detoxification. And in order to alleviate the symptoms of detox, they go back to the dose that was working for them previously, and they overdo it. This is the dangers of opioids. This vicious cycle of feeling great and needing more to feel great, and continuing that cycle on and on and on until eventually you push through and get help with detox, or you overdose. There are medications that can help. Methadone is one. Buprenorphine is another that we talked about earlier. These medications bind to opioid receptors, but do not cause the psychoactive effects that opioids do. Thus, they maintain this without giving you this. These are called maintenance drugs. They are maintenance medications to help patients who maybe cannot go through withdrawals or who don't want to and can find a clinic who will give them methadone instead, because they will not get the same high, but they will ward off the withdrawal symptoms. Suboxone, which is buprenorphine, same type of medication. It's another medication that can be used to help alleviate withdrawal symptoms without giving the high. And then they can start to slowly wean you off of that methadone to slowly return this back to normal. So instead of having a massive spike, you can get a nice gradual return to normal. The methadone clinic, the types of people you'll meet at a methadone clinic. People tend to OD when they're trying to quit. I don't know the statistics on how often people OD when they're coming back to it, but I'm sure that this situation here is more common than I think people realize. The attempt to detox and then feeling so bad that the only thing they know to make them feel better is to go back to the drug that they're detoxing off of, and going back to the dose that they last knew got them to the greatest high, the high that they wanted, and overdosing. What's your take on kratom? I don't know much about kratom other than it's sold in like tobacco shops, and people who can't smoke cannabis in illegal states will do it instead. I don't know much about it. I don't know how it works. We can't talk about opioids without talking about Narcan. A drug that has saved so many lives, and a drug that I've given a lot of times. Narcan. Narcan is an opioid antagonist. It blocks, it not only knocks opioids out of opioid receptors, it also blocks them. So if you have an opioid receptor, say you have your opioid receptor here, right? You got one here. And you have an opioid that's bound into this one, right? Naloxone not only knocks that out, it then blocks and inhibits opioids from binding to those receptors. How long will it take? How long will it block the receptor? It's usually for like an hour or two. You have to be really careful with patients who take high doses of opioids because they can resedate hours later. I've seen it before where we've had to administer Narcan multiple times during a hospital stay because a patient who we wake up with Narcan eventually resedates as this wears off, and then the opioids start to bind again into the receptors, and we have to repeat the cycle. Kratom is a lot less harmful compared to everything else people could be taking, but you can get addicted to it. What the heck does it do to you if it blocks them? Oh, what happens when you give people Narcan? They wake up in any combination of 3 states. Pissed as hell that you just ruined their high, confused as hell, or vomiting everywhere. And it's usually they go through stages of all of them. Most patients wake up and they're super confused. They're like, what happened? And they're like, hey, we look at them. We're like, hey, you're in the hospital. What? Yeah, you're in the hospital. What medication? What drugs were you taking? I wasn't taking any drugs. Oh, really? Because Narcan just woke you up. What medications were you taking? Tell us what you took. By the way, if a doctor or medical staff ever asks you what drugs did you take, I promise you we cannot tell the cops. It's illegal. It is a violation of HIPAA for us to tell the cops. If they want to get access to your medical information, they need to go through the proper channels to get a warrant to access them. If we are asking you what drugs you took, it's because we want to know what to give you to save your ass, not to kill you. Please tell us. And I can tell you the cops don't really care either. The amount of times we've had police officers or PD in the room when we bring in because who do you think generally brings in the overdose patients? Usually the cops. They don't really care, right? They're gonna get you for something else, probably for like paraphernalia or something, right? They don't really care, but we need to know so we can save you. People get really pissed when they wake up from Narcan. Generally what happens more often than not is a patient comes in for an opioid overdose. We give them naloxone, they wake up, they get pissed, and then they leave the hospital. Rinse and repeat. So you're probably wondering, well, how did this get so bad? If these are controlled substances, if these are prescribed substances, how did this get so bad? Part of the reason is the pharmaceutical company lied about how addictive these substances were to doctors and patients. They told patients, oh, it's not addictive. I believe oxycodone at one point, oxycodone was marketed as non-addictive forming. Oxy freaking codone. Percocet, that's Percocet. Was marketed as non-addictive forming. Heroin was marketed as a treatment to get off of morphine. Doctors prescribed it because they were under the impression it was not addictive forming. Patients got addicted. And then we made a complete 180. We realized how bad these are. We realized how dangerous they are. So now we lock them down. So then what happens? You have an entire population addicted to opioids because they are being overprescribed. And now we're underprescribing them, or we're locking them down. So you have people who are addicted who turn to other sources, such as street drugs, heroin, fentanyl, which are much more potent and can be laced with things. But they're desperate to get that same high. So then they dose up with fentanyl out on the streets. I don't think people realize how potent fentanyl is. And then they overdose because they didn't know any better. Right? hospitals started focusing on patient satisfaction. What do you think is one of the #1 factors for making a patient unsatisfied? Pain. What do you think they ask questions about? They ask questions about pain. There was a push to make pain the 5th vital sign, right? Hospitals began getting reimbursement rates based on their patient satisfaction scores. The patients are more satisfied, the hospital gets more money. The patients are in less pain, the patients are more satisfied, the hospital gets more money. The patients get more narcotics, the patients are in less pain, the patients are happy, the hospital gets more money. Do you see how this happens? Do you see how we got to where we were? And now you have patients who are taking chronic opioids because you can't get them off of them. Look at this chart for a second. Hydrocodone and morphine, think of those as your base. Oxycodone, it's about 50% stronger than hydrocodone. Heroin, it's about 4 to 5 times stronger than morphine. Hydromorphone, which by the way, you ever heard of Dilaudid? Dilaudid is hydromorphone. It's about 5 times stronger than morphine. Oxymorphone, which I've never given before, 7 times stronger. I've never given this one either. Levorphanol, I've never given that. Buprenorphone, which is one of those maintenance drugs, about 40 times stronger. Fentanyl, 50 to 100 times stronger than morphine. We give fentanyl in micrograms. So I give 4 milligrams of morphine is our standard dose of morphine. For fentanyl, we give 50 micrograms, which is, what would that be? 0.5, 0.05, I think, or 0.5 milligrams of morphine. Or it'd be 0.5 milligrams, right? Carfentanil, 10 to 100 times, 100,000 times stronger than morphine. This is the problem. Is these drugs have gotten so much stronger, so much more potent that you need infinitely less of it to overdose. Carfentanil, people are concerned, could be used for biological warfare, or rather chemical warfare, because of how potent it is. Sanford Michael, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Okay, but this song bops though. So is the problem with hospitals or with people? It's with the system. We have created the system and there's not enough funding and research to fix it. Can we have more nurses like you, Cinder? Very clear you care about your work and your patients. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This fucking plan has caused so many issues for humans. It's done some amazing things for medical research, but it has ruined so many lives and is going to continue to ruin lives until we do something about it. Is that the poppy plant? That is. You know what's the worst about all of this too? It's a really pretty flower. Very sad music. That's it. The song's actually called Hospital Piano. We're gonna skip it. It's a very pretty flower. It is. But it's so dangerous. There was an opium war. There were 2 opium wars. There were 2 opium wars. That's my lecture. That's all I got. What'd you guys think? Interesting but sobering. Should be very sobering. Still need a recap. Okay. Opioids. Opioids refer to a class of medications that are either derived directly from the poppies of the poppy plant or synthetically derived from that. Creeper Steve, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. The term opiate refers to any medication that has been derived directly from the plant itself, such as morphine or codeine, and opioids refer to medications that are synthetically derived, such as hydrocodone, oxycodone, fentanyl, methadone, carfentanil, those types of things. Opioids were first found about 3400 BC. Laudanum was developed in the 1500s, which was a mixture of opium and alcohol. And then in the 1800s, we identified the main ingredient in opium, morphine, which causes the psychoactive and pain relieving effects. Opioids work on opioid receptors that are found throughout the body. These are endogenous receptors that respond to endogenous opioids known as endorphins that are released during times of stress and injury. These receptors are responsible for dampening and reducing feelings of pain while also increasing dopamine release by inhibiting the neurons that inhibit dopamine release, thus making it so you don't feel pain and that you feel euphoric, so in times of injury, you can get yourself to safety. This is a system that has been developed over time through evolution to protect us. Unfortunately, opioids bind to these same receptors and not only bind to them better, but stronger, causing these effects longer and stronger. So opioid medications have been used to treat chronic or to treat severe pain pretty much since their inception. Not only do they inhibit pain signals and increase the release of dopamine, they also decrease the effectiveness of noradrenaline, which is a neurotransmitter responsible for respiratory rate, blood pressure, helps with gut motility, and just generally helps keep everything in check. Okay, with that increased release of dopamine, makes you feel great. But unfortunately, your body, as it generally does, will try to return to baseline. Thus, you will need more and more opioids to maintain that same pleasurable feeling of dopamine. Thus, the cycle of addiction begins, right? Detoxing off of opioids causes a drop in dopamine, which makes you feel absolutely horrible, while also causing a massive rush and increase of noradrenaline, which can cause the withdrawal symptoms of nausea, vomiting, fever, jitteriness, anxiety, just generally being violently ill. I got rid of my notes, so I'm kind of trying to recap in my brain. Crap, I lost my train of thought. Oops. Oh, opioids bind to receptors both in the brain stem, and in the peripheral nervous system to do their job. One of the places that they bind is in your brain stem, which is responsible for your respiratory rate. If you bind too many opioids to too many receptors in the brainstem, eventually you will go into respiratory failure, which is how people overdose and die. Generally, how that happens is someone will try to detox off of medication, off of opioids. Their dopamine levels will drop, but so will their tolerance for opioids. And in order to alleviate those symptoms, they will then go back to the dose that they were taking previously without the same tolerance that they had, and they will overshoot and overdose and die. Medications such as methadone and Suboxone can help relieve withdrawal symptoms while also preventing or not giving the same psychoactive effects that opioids can give. And these patients can be monitored and slowly weaned off of their opioid addiction with medications such as methadone and Suboxone. Naloxone will actually physically block opioid receptors and detach opioids from those receptors, causing a reversal effect which will wake patients up and potentially save their life during a fatal overdose. And there are your common strengths compared to morphine. Rough statistics, about 40 to 60,000 people die every year from opioid overdose. And that's my lecture on opioids. What'd you guys think? Not as fun as caffeine. Caffeine was a fun lecture because everybody loves caffeine. Huntington, West Virginia? I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense that West Virginia is kind of a, you know, it's West Virginia. How's the last one even legal? Money. Good lecture. Always appreciate a lecture from a cohort of the STEM League. Well, thank you. How is it? What is the breakdown of it? Biology is applied chemistry. Chemistry is applied physics. Physics is applied math. Thus, math rules the universe. Something like that. Money makes everything legal. It sure does. Now, we're starting to push back about it, right? Certain companies are starting to get into legal trouble about their roles in this pandemic, or epidemic rather. So people are being punished. Whether or not they'll be punished in an appropriate amount of severity, I'm not gonna hold my breath. Slammed finally after 20 years, but what did they like? What was the penalty? That was Purdue, right? Let's see, Purdue Pharma settlement. Federal judge approves landmark $8.3 billion with a B dollar settlement. $8.3 billion Purdue had to pay. That's the cost of all the lives that they have killed. 8.3 billion. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets dragged out and beheaded. 8.3 billion. That's the cost of the lives that they took. It's not enough. It's not enough. No jail time? Jail is only for the commoners like us. Rich people don't go to jail. Rich people settle out of court. All right, guys. Real quick, I gotta take a quick bio break, and then we will play Cube 2. We'll continue on with the second round of DLC. We finished the first one yesterday. We'll continue on with the second one today. But I gotta take a quick bio break. So, I want you guys to do me a favor. Watch the sheep. Make sure they don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy the box.
It's how I feel. It's not for real, no. It's not enough. I'm lost to love. It's how I feel. It's not for real, no. It's not enough. I'm lost to love. It's how I feel. It's not for real, no. It's not enough. I'm lost to love. It's how I feel. It's not for real, no. It's not enough. I'm lost to
I'm back. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Stop eating the sheep. God damn it. Oh, 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 oh. I come back, I put my headphones on, all I hear is oh, oh, oh. Be free. Don't open the gate. God damn it. I worked so hard to get all those sheep in there. You guys just let them go. Oh, God. Every time. I don't even know why I try anymore. Okay. Okay. Let me set up for Cube 2. Cube 2. All right, let me try something real quick. Let's see if this works again. Collie care commercial incoming.
Is your life full of pointy ears? Are you lacking certain floppy ear content in your life? Hi everybody, Cinder Collie here to introduce to you Collie Care. For a low price of only $4.99 a month or your Twitch Prime subscription, you can ensure that you have ample floppy-eared content for you and your family to enjoy. Benefits include this nifty sub badge, emotes that you can use in the stream or anywhere on Twitch, as well as knowing that your money goes towards supporting future floppy-eared content to come. Enrollment is open now, and remember, from the flops to the beans, we got you covered.
I figured out the issue. I figured out the issue on how to fix it. It's weird. It's putting out 2 audio channels. I just have to mute the other one when I start when I actually start it. I figured it out. Yes. God, it's been months since I've used the Collie Care commercial because it's been broken. I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Oh, see, I don't like the boxes now. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this. All right, I'm gonna mess with this chat stuff sometime tonight.
Who's a good boy? Who's so smart? Cinder is.
Broster coming out with the 200 bits making Tux dance. Who's a good boy? I hope it's me. I hope it's me. Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? I hope it's me. Dude. Oh, I was waiting for it to say something. The weird to lock. Thanks for the 600 bits, dude. Holy crap. Look at Tuxton. Look at that wolf. You guys are giving him quite a workout. Look at that wolf go. USDA Prime werewolf. Thanks for the bits, guys. Holy freaking crap. Thank you. What is QUBE about? It's a puzzle game that we've already done most of. We just need to do... I think we did pretty good here. Took us 3 hours, but we did it. We need to do... We're just doing the DLC, so we're getting all the extra puzzles. Tux needs more gay energy? I don't know. He's pretty freaking gay. Are we actually gonna get any dialogue this time? Because the last one was just puzzles. There was no exposition. Tux is gay? Well, I would hope so. You know, because we're dating, living together, you know, bumping uglies together. I would hope so. Shugaka, take care. I'm sorry, Shugaka. Gurgler. Gurg, take care, Gurg. Bye, Gurg. Ah. Mika, hey. Alrighty. Back to the puzzles. Shugaka, no, don't leave. Shugaka. Take care, Gurg. More puzzles. More puzzles. Do something real quick. Does it sound a little loud? Easy. Bumping uglies? Well, yeah, I'm not gonna just, you know, how else you gonna say it? New, you know, boot knocking, bumping uglies, right? You know, rocking the bed. Ooh, we got lasers now. Ah, okay. New mechanic, new mechanic! Lasers now. This is gonna be interesting. We're bumping uglies. Oh, we got lasers. It enhances the ugly bumping, you know, with lasers. Okay, now watch this. Oh wait. Nope. Oh. Okay. There we go. Done. Got it! You look absolutely huggable. Well, thank you. So high tech. I know lasers make everything more high tech. Also, this game's gonna get really interesting with lasers now. It's gonna open up a whole new world of things. Got a ramp. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I need to turn that laser on to turn that oil on, so then I can shoot a cube this way, go up here, and go back that way. My question is, how do I light it on fire? That's what I need to figure out. I wonder if that'll... Okay, I know how. So the laser will light the oil on fire. So if I do this... Okay, now... Let's see. If this works, that goes down like that. That'll point it that way. We do blue here. Launches it up. Now! Damn it! What? Okay. Okay, reset. Now we're gonna try, instead of shooting it with blue, we'll try pushing it with red. Okay, now we do that, we lower that, we press that. Now it wants to light on fire then. Okay, but we got the right idea. We got the right idea, chat. We got the right idea. Okay, we have gotten the right idea. We just gotta execute it. It's orange. That's red. Look at the bottom right corner and tell me what color that is. That is red. It is not orange. It's red. Red, blue, green. Thank you. Thank you. Go, Cube. Go, Cube. Go. It's red. It's, look, red, blue, green. Red, blue, green. Maybe it looks orange, but it's supposed to be red. I'm gonna continue to call it red. Also, I like that it gave me a little teaser into lasers before releasing me onto the full world. Beast Wolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Fuchsia. Scarlet. I'm gonna continue to call him Red. And deal with it. Try to tell the traffic cop that my case comes up next Wednesday. Let me know how it goes. Okay, so I need to get in there, which means I need to put a cube there. That needs to be pushed that way. This moves. Okay. That should line up with that. Or past it, even better. Because that means that'll line up with it. Okay. Oh, well, I know how to get up there. Oh, well. I know how to get up there if I can get a... I gotta get a brick on that. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Oh, okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? How do I get that over one then? Okay, okay. We'll figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Well, I know how to do one now. We can do like this. I need one more.
Woohoo! Shot spot!
Will the laser burn the door? Ryahatsky, thanks for the host. And they just throw you right into this. It's an appropriate use of that. Definitely think it is. Now! Okay, so I know what I need to do. I just gotta do it. But also, I don't know why this doesn't line up. Whoa. Did I just do that by accident? No, still doesn't line up. I'm still off by a few. Then they just introduced lasers into this game and suddenly the whole thing just gets completely ridiculous. How is that not? Just go right there! I was kind of hoping I could get it to fall over. Now! Oh, well, this sucks. So eventually what I need to do, I know what I need to do. I need to get a green cube here. So it'll be oiled up, right? Slide it this way, light it on fire. It'll hit the blue, which will shoot it over there, put it up there, and it'll open the door. That is what I need to do. Got an idea. How did that make it worse? Okay, so I need it to be two to the right of that. So how do I do that though? That's one off. I need to be one more that way. What am I missing? Let's come back. We'll come back to this one. Let's go work on another one. I don't like ones that only give me like 2 or 3 blocks because I feel like if you don't get the exact solution right, then you're just never going to figure it out. So we'll come back to this one, just like we did with that one yesterday. We came back to and we figured it out. Don't tell me how to do it. Don't tell me how to do it. Don't tell me how to do it. I'll figure it out. I will go back and figure it out later. We'll just move on. Sometimes it is okay to look at a puzzle, admit you don't know how to do it, and move on to the next one and come back to it. No hints. Please, no hints. There's no point in taking hints because I want to try to figure this out. If I want hints, I'll ask for them. Exactly. Let me suffer. Let me suffer on my own. Oh. Oops. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Seriously? I should have known better. I love hearing Cinder's thought process. I can't focus on screen, so I like watching the radio back in olden times. I mentioned much earlier that my family goes to church, but our church is smart about the rules. Running Paul, well, hopefully you guys are being safe. That's all that matters. Just be safe. Ooh, come on, land on there. Okay. Wait, what? How did that not go far enough? How did I not? Wait, what? No, it's just gonna get stuck. Dude, these are hard! These are so much harder than the last one. Alright, let's reset. I had it. I think I had the right idea. See, I gotta get one. Ah, so close. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on! Are you freaking kidding me? That's some bullshit. Lancelot, take care. Blazing Inferno, thanks for the 100 bits. Thanks for making Tux dance. Look at that werewolf. That's a prime werewolf right there. How is that not? That's so stupid. Nope, it's gonna do the same thing. Just right in between them, just splitting the goals. Splitting the wickets. Right in the center. Ridiculous. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Maybe I get lucky here. Maybe I get lucky? No. Dude, I haven't been able to get all the first two puzzles so far have gotten me good. Okay. Wait, what? What did I do there? Okay, okay. Progress, progress, progress. Okay, okay, okay. Ha-ha! Okay. So I need to get a block down there. I can do that. Cairo Fox Place, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Contrabar, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Dude, Contrabar coming in with a tier 1 silver 1 freaking month, guys. That's a new enrollee to college here. You know what that means? Spam the flops. Spam them. Contrabar, you're covered under college care from the flops to the beans. I got you covered. Is that the one? That's. Do I need to go one behind it, I think? Oh, I can just do this. Go! 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 Yes! Enough momentum! We got it. Hit the ramp. Let's go. Done. Yes! Get yourself some caffeine source on my canine science, brother. Yes! Okay, I will. I definitely will get me some caffeine. Yes, please. So I need 2 there, so then I can jump. Can I make this jump? I can. Okay. Right idea, wrong execution. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. So we're gonna push that out. That'll give me my 2. Okay. We're gonna bring that back in. We're gonna make that green. We're gonna do this. This will push that out. Nope, that's... Actually, that is what I wanted. No, not quite. Okay, I got it. So we'll pull that back. What GPU do you use? Oh god, what do I have? No! 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 Okay, I think I know how to fix this. I think I know how to fix this. Okay. 2070 super, is that what I have? Yes, then that's what I have. How the hell do I get up there? Can I jump up? Oh, I can just jump up there. Yes, the first complete level of the game. First complete level. It's in your about page. Yeah, I know it's in there. I just forget what I have sometimes. It's okay to sometimes not always remember everything, okay, you know? Okay, one level done. Ooh, that was weird. Oh, okay. What next? We get fans, fire, so much. Where's my end goal? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do what I know what to do. So I'm gonna open that up by doing this. God damn it. This isn't what I wanted. Go down. No! No! There's got to be a way to turn these fans off, right? Oh, come on. The fire doesn't particularly help me. It's so stupid! God damn it! Oh, what? Well, chat. There it goes. Bye-bye, green cube. Bye! Where are you going? Bye! Bye, cube! Oh. Okay, so I think that idea is good. Although I could probably just do this. How do I gotta be up here because it's, oh god! Dude, Taylander! Tay! Guys, we're getting raided by another floppy-eared dog. Taylander coming in with a rate of 16. Dude, I saw you were playing Beat Saber. I hope it went well. Thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful Andrew WK. How was Beat Saber? And you were playing Tetris 99. Nice. Did you get... Were you able to achieve the big...
Tetris.
Were you? Taylander! Hi. Hi, dog. We're playing Cube. It's a game. It's a puzzle game. It's hard. Okay, let's try like this. What if we do like this? I screwed it up. No, the cubes. Oh, I screwed that up. Come on, let me pick. Let me. Ah. Okay. When can we expect you to battle Flyzik in that Tetris 99? Never. I'm terrible at Tetris. Okay, that helps. Oh, so close. So close. Okay. So close. Okay. So that bottom one is there, so I cannot use the bottom one. So now I can trap the top one here. Oop. Oh, but it's on fire. I don't want it to be on fire! Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. We're gonna repeat what we just did. Okay, so the bottom one is there. Oh, come on! Okay, I know what I can try next. If this game gets any harder, Cindy might have to put in a psych ward mumbling. But the cubes, but the cubes are intended to go in the red cube, and then is it orange? Is it red? I don't know. And then the blue cube and the green cube, the fucking green cube, the oil, the lube. Oh my god, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Is that what you want? Oh, I screwed it up. I screwed that up. Okay. I know what I have to do. I'm gonna try to like pool shoot at it with the, I'm gonna try to, okay, watch this. Watch. Okay, so that just plain didn't work. Oh, that was so close. All right, let's try using the blue again, because the last time I used the blue, it didn't quite work, but we might get lucky this time. There it goes. We just screwed it up the first time, that's all. There we go. There we go. We did it, guys. We didn't do it, guys. There's more! Now we get a magnet. And somehow I need to get a cube in here. Okay. Okay. Moon the Floof, hey! Thanks for the follow, no Oreo. Thanks for the follow, Taylander. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in, guys. What's up? Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Hi. Okay, so I need 2 cubes. Well, excuse me? Oh, well, I see how to get that. Okay. Let's do that. So, oh, okay, okay. All right. All right. I did have the right idea. I just executed it poorly. I had the right idea, but I did it wrong. But I did it wrong. Okay, okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna do this. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Got it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna bring this back over here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna delete that. And on a ride we go across. Hey, yes! I'm missing one more. It's up there. Okay, that is the right way. So I know how to get this one too. Same action.
Oh, who's a good boy? Yes, you are a good boy doing first-person puzzling with power gloves, you good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Me?
You are such a good boy.
Me?
Such
Are
a
you
good
sure it's
boy.
me?
Good boy.
Are you sure it's me? I really hope it's me, because I swear to God, if it's not me, I will find you, and I will drag you into the depths of hell. But I hope it's me. Scarlet Derby, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for calling me a good boy. You know, after having to drag him, you're required to put that tube in his nostril? Yeah! It's vindictive nursing. This is the DLC, right? Yes, it is, Otterune. Rinchenko!
Give me some of that.
What does that do? Oh, that makes that one up there. Damn it, I overshot. Well, that sucks. I think I need to get a block. I need to get on that block. Is what I need to do. Oh, well. Well, so that's how you get that. I don't even know where the end goal is. Oh, it's up there. King of Storms, take care. I'm not quite sure how this helps me though. If I could get a block there, that'd be great. Oh, it does get affected by it. Oops. Okay. New idea. We try to launch this to land over here. Or we do it with a cube. Oops. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! No! So that's how we do that last bit. So it looks like I gotta go up that way then, which means I need to get up there. Okay. Progress? I don't really know how that helps me here, though. This is what I really need. Not that. Okay. 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 All right. All right. What if... that exists so I can get... I need to get a block on there. I can get this pressed down. I can run over and get on the block. But I need this one pressed down. I don't know how to... See, now if I had a block here, I could jump on the block, but these blocks won't reach. Okay. 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 Watch this. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna preload this. Done. Okay. No. Because now I'm thinking if I could, I gotta keep this activated because I can do this. But now I'm this is no better than where I was.
Woohoo! Shot spot!
Unless. Okay. Okay, second idea. Not what I wanted. I see you're doing a puzzle. I am. This one's tricky. These have been increasingly more difficult as we've gone through the DLC, as expected. This one's got me good. I haven't gotten anything on this one. Oops. We know that's how you get there. The problem is how do I get this fucking button? All right. Idea. This, there. Oh, it worked. Yes! I can't believe that actually worked. Okay. Now I gotta repeat that. Oh, oops. Dude, Mike T!
Hey Cinder. Hope you're having a great stream and been doing alright.
Mike T! Coming with the tier 1 sub for 10 freaking months! Mike T, you were here when I first played The Witness back in like 2019 when I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Mike T, I see that founder's badge! Thanks for the 10 freaking months, dude. Thank you, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you're doing well as well. No! 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 Son of a bitch! Snowy White Fox, hey! Now I need to get that one. Excuse me? It didn't work? Why did that work? That should work. That should freaking work. I don't believe you, game. I know that's the way to do it. Oops. What did you miss? Just me getting mad. As usual with this game recently. As we've been playing through these. Oh, I screwed that up. There's another. Now we just gotta figure out how to get that one. Which I feel like I know how to do it. I just gotta get it right. I feel like this is how I should be doing it, but it doesn't work. Because I just fall off of it, apparently. Which I don't really think is, I don't believe. Whoa, okay, hold on. Come on! Blood Falcon, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. I don't know if this is right. But through sheer force of will. Yes! I can... Oh! I didn't think that was actually gonna. That should not have worked. Ah. Mike and Proto, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. All right, let's go back to the one that was giving us trouble earlier. See if now that we have a new perspective on some of these puzzles, maybe we can redo this one. Where's my stance on the COVID vaccine? Well, considering it's already in my arm.
Woohoo! Shotspot!
Ooh, Tux. Tux brought me coffee.
Chad, he won't let me out. He keeps me locked in the basement.
Tux, get
Chad,
out of here! No,
Chad,
don't
he
tell
won't.
me.
He keeps me
Tux,
locked in.
get out
Chad,
of here!
Chad,
Get out of here, Tux!
help me, Chad.
He's giving away my secrets. We don't have a basement. What are you talking about? We don't have. Hey, wait, babe. Can you take the little plunger? Tux says I'm.
Help me, Chad. You're the only one that can.
Okay. You're gonna get in the basement for a fucking long time now. Tux brought me coffee. Thank you, babe. You brought me coffee. What do we got? A flat white. Ooh, I like flat whites. Mmm. Delicious coffee. Delicious, nutritious coffee. All right, so it's like it's one off. Okay, so I got an idea. Watch, we're gonna do like this. I only need one. That'll slide it over one. Oh, no, we need both. That'll slide it over one. See? We learned. Oops. Whoa. What? CD, hey, what's up? That was awesome. That was awesome. The way that that cube blew up made me really happy. Wait, which ones have I gotten in this one? I've gotten one. There's one over there. I think I can get that now. Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. Kaiden, hey! Kaiden, how goes watering the vegetables over in the ICU? You keeping the vegetables alive? Do I gotta go all the way up there? No way. Oh, up there. Okay.
Woohoo! Shotspot!
Oh. Wait. Hey, screw this puzzle. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got all of them. Let me make sure we got them all right. We did get them all right. Did? Yeah. Yes! And we beat it. Oh my god. See? Sometimes you just gotta go back to a puzzle. That was the first one we went to and it stumped me. So we went and did a few more. And then we came back to it with a fresh mind, new mechanics. And look what happened. We absolutely demolished it. Tough day off. Oh, today's your day off. Ah, okay. So no vegetable watering for you today. All right, chat. I think I got enough in me for one more puzzle here. We'll see how quickly we can get through it. I like that you tackled this by avoiding it and solving a harder puzzle. Or sometimes, look, some puzzles, just the perspectives don't always make the most sense, so you got to revisit them. This one looks complicated. Okay, so this one first to get up to there, then that. So 1, 2, 3 is my goal to get up there. Oh, okay. 1. Oh, and it turned on the fan. Two. Okay, so I can get this far. It's no longer channel redeem. Yeah, I got rid of it. I did. What is the point of moving that? Get up there.
Oh my god, chat, no one came to save me. I have been locked in this basement all day and all Cinder lets me do is bring him coffee and be cute.
Good talk, shush! Nobody wants to listen about your woes, Tux. it with the 66 bits making himself dance. Yeah, don't call him a liar. He's not a liar. He just doesn't understand what's good for him. Tox, I'm sorry. I love you. Please don't hurt me. Also, I thought that was pretty clever how I got that. I'm gonna pat myself on the back about that one. That was pretty good. My paramedic friend finally visited my hospital. I made up reasons to need to get stuff from the ED's med room. So close I've been to meeting for his. Aw, Kai. So close. So close. Oh, I wonder. Why does that move? The only I can think of is if you can get something to stay up there. Like if you can get one of these to stick up there. Like this. Hold on. Okay, I figured out the puzzle. We figured out how to do this puzzle. All right, 1. 2. 3. Ryan with the 20 bits. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Oh, yes, I am a good boy. Yes, yes, yes. Get my other. Give me other. Yes, that's me. Me. Khajiit Merchant. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Welcome in. Okay, now I need to figure out how to get the other 2. Oh, yes, you do. Oh my God, you call Tux a good boy. What the hell? Rye, you're supposed to simp for me. You're supposed to simp for me, Rye. I don't understand what I did wrong for you to simp for somebody else. Okay, so somehow I need to get up there. Oh, that's how. Now! I can't simp for both? I get okay, I guess you can. Alright, now I know how to get the last one too. I gotta redo all of this. See, chat, I knew we'd figure it out. Oh, wait, was that not on before? Oh, that's why. Okay, okay. Alright. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. What did you miss? Shugaka, we beat the puzzle. And I am currently working on getting the last, that's the last little talisman that needs to be got. All right. All right, what do you guys think? That one was pretty easy. One more? You guys want to do one more? Grey Wolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome, Bobby Flock. Welcome in. One more puzzle. One more puzzle. Okay. That one looked complicated, but ended up actually being pretty easy. Now watch, this one's gonna take me like an hour and a half to do. Ah! I can already tell. What's my end goal? I'm gonna get in there. How do I turn on the fans? In there? Y2J, hey! Oh. Oh, wait, can I just... Sure. I can. Okay. So then the second one, there's one over there, which means... Wait, what? Why did this open? I definitely didn't open that door. I feel kind of bad for that, but also, like, I'll take it. What does this do? Oh, it makes the bridge. How do I move this platform? Oh, that's how. No! Oh, hey, it came back. I mean, So this is done. Which means I can do pretty much everything else from down here. Or from up here, rather. Even though so I know how to get that now, but we didn't need it. Okay. Ha! Yes. Now we do it again. Damn it. Oh. There it goes. Now we got it. All right, we did it. At what rate do you see fusions their sense of taste, smell back? Sometimes people have been saying it takes like months. Metalworking, take care. Where's the exit? We got them all. Got them all, guys. Good job. That was cool. Yeah, it actually, I like when you do the cube surfing. It's really fun to do the cube. $80 required. We're making progress though. We got, did we get all of, yeah, we've gotten all of them so far. Aww. Alright. +2 points! Let's go! Points! Almost able to activate that one. Yo, Yoda. How about no? Yeesh, imagine 2021 still doing that. Yikes. Alright, well that's a good way to end the stream there. Gotten 2 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, what is it, 6 that are here. Not bad, not bad. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Third day in a row. Tomorrow, I think I might talk about tobacco tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Who you guys want to raid? Let's find out. Who are we going to raid is the question. Who should we raid? Let's raid XQC. Yeah, no. A new streamer? Yeah, I'm looking on Wild Abandon right now to see who we can raid. Oh, let's go. You know what? Let's go raid Zarek. He's playing Spyro. I like Spyro. We're gonna go raid Zarek. We're gonna do this. Nasty Nork! Question mark, exclamation mark, and Terabang. Ganasty Gnork! Guys, thanks for coming around today. It was fun. I hope you guys learned about opioids and how severe and serious they can be. I also hope that you learned about, you know, puzzles. And you guys had a good time. I will see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go get ready to make dinner for Tux and I. Especially because he made me coffee. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's hit up the discharge desk on the way up. Make sure you have your insurance cards ready. Co-payments due at time of treatment. Coverage is limited. All the other, I don't know, all the stuff I used to say that I don't say anymore. Energy Wolf, thanks for the follow at the end of the stream. Welcome to Floppy Flag. Welcome back. Okay. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.